Student asked me in class as we're working on putting this Kubota back together. And I told them before we put the engine back together, we're still waiting on getting our cylinder head and everything back. We need to remove the injection pump because we believe that's going to be our culprit. And so the student asked, well, how do we time the injection pump, especially when we don't have our cylinder head on, can't see where our valves are, or we don't have pistons in? Well, we still have the crankshaft in, so we can still see where our crankshaft is. And we can go down here and we can look at our timing mark. And if we look in there, we can see a timing mark, probably not with the phone and not having a light on it. And we know that when we come up on, with our crankshaft journal up on top dead center, that we are either on the intake stroke or the or top of the compression stroke at the end of the intake stroke, or we're at the top of the exhaust stroke. And so to be able to figure out which one of those we are on without using the valves, and honestly, we really don't even probably need to use our timing mark, but we can use that for to dial it in perfectly. But what we can do is we can install one push rod and we can use our dial indicator. Technically, I don't have to use the dial indicator. I can just install a push rod and I can feel for the lift and the duration of that. Now, I need to know which one is which, okay? So I need to know, am I on my intake or my exhaust? And so I'm just gonna rotate the engine here, okay? And so I need to know which way I'm gonna rotate my engine. So we know our engine's gonna rotate clockwise from the front. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rotate this engine and I'm gonna recognize that my crankshaft journal is down. My crankshaft journal is working its way back up. And if we see right there, as we're coming up, we see that our push rod has started to open. We're seeing it still opening, it's still coming up as we are going down now. So that tells me that that's my intake because our valve is closing right there. And right there we are at the bottom of our stroke. We're going to come back up just a little bit. We should see our movement stop as we come up. And we have seen it stop. So that was the valve closing on the intake side. Now we have our piston at top dead center because we watched our intake valve push rod. We know that based on what we know about our strokes. We watched it move as the excuse me, as the piston was going down, which is our intake stroke, piston going down, valve opening, and then as the piston would be coming up, as the journal comes back up, we are on top dead center compression. And that's one way that you can find top dead center to be able to remove an injection pump or do something else timing wise if you're going to pull the front cover off after removing everything else.